Okay, I have finally given up on the professional firmware. What happened is I would be printing and printing, and print looked great. All of a sudden, it would just stop and say the nozzle lost temperature. And then I had some other issues too, where it was like it said unable to home, printer killed, and I'd reflash the professional firmware, and it would work. Um, I have not actually adjusted anything on here. I flashed the factory one. I think I might be a little too close. I'm not sure what's going on. So anyway, but it is printing, and then this one's printing, and it's printing the same thing but a different slice. And I've got the Sonic pad is up, but I'm using mainsail or fluid or something. And then I sent the print directly from Creality. So what we've ended up finding out is that like all this custom firmware crap ended up like being a lot of problems. And then actually like having it on there in the first place wouldn't allow the Sonic pad to connect to it. Now the Sonic pad in itself is kind of boring. It's sort of like Elegoo Neptune interface ish. Really, I mean, it's got some stuff on it, but it really doesn't look like Clipper. So it isn't until you get over into the log into the thing. So we got here. Right here, 47%. So Creality Sonic pad, and this is cool. So I can look at a lot more stuff than I normally would. I don't know, where's my my print speed? Okay. It's not really showing it to me like I would. It just says speed 100%. Oh no, it's got it right here, down in small. Okay, so 50 millimeters a second. Which is fine because I don't know. I'll play around with it once I get the thing dialed in, and then I'll try and like bump it up a little bit. But it's direct drive now, so and then we could figure out like how to use the mesh and stuff like that. But so what I'm printing was like quoted like an hour or something, maybe. Not sure. Total time 42 minutes. I don't know. Anyway, we'll play around with it later. But anyway, this other printer though keeps stopping, and then I got this other one going, and this one has custom firmware on it that I didn't put on it, but I discovered some really crazy stuff on here. This tube is actually moving in and out. So there is, in fact, a problem with this printer. Nozzle or bed temperature is too low. And so apparently it isn't the firmware. So I will guess maybe the thermistor or the hot end is failing. I don't know. But it was free. So let's go ahead and turn it back on and see what happens. It looks like the last file was interrupted. Now it asks me if I want to continue after I peeled up the print. No. Okay. So I'm wondering if it's the hot end just like something going bad in the hot end. And then I had the whole cover off of here, so I was like kind of bending on everything. I've never had to deal with one that was bad before, so I don't know what the symptoms usually are. But that's what I'm starting to think. It's probably just the thermistor or something. And also, I noticed I would set this thing and preheat it and come back and it would be off. And I thought it was just like some kind of goofy timeout thing. So, I don't know what that is. Thermistor, I guess. I mean, or is the element like just quitting in the middle and then stopping? I don't know. So, I've got another complete hot end. I mean, like, it's kind of a pain because I just did all this. But what I would probably do is dig into the parts box that came from Dave and pull the thermistor and the other piece out and see if I can't just swap them over here instead of, because I've got a couple in there. They're in other blocks that never fit anything I have. So, I'm sure they can probably be used. Maybe. Anyway, so they got this one going. I had this one going. I thought it was going. And then this one here. So this one here is going to need a little bit of work. We've got our bracket for it if we want to. I finally found a bracket that will work. It won't block the BL Touch sensor. It'll sit there like that. And I printed a lot of other ones. And this is a weird kind of way this stuff was printing on the Soval. Not really sure why. And I believe this is like the bracket for it, but here's the problem. See that lip? We got two of those. That lip is in the way of the BL Touch sensor. So, it's got somebody's name on it too. This one here is designed. I'd have to find the file again because I didn't like how it turned out, but it's designed to sit like this, and it will hold the sensor. So you have like 3 bolts that hold this, and you put it like right there. So these will work fine. And then this one here, it could work, and then you'll just have to drill that third hole to put it where you need it, because it actually sticks out of the back just a little bit. So we got options there. We just leave it like it is and print with it. There's a little bit of stringing, but it's not like a big deal. So the only reason I don't really just want to just swap this thing on here is because it's a little bit more work. I have to take the rail off and do all this other stuff. However, we have a couple of problems. Let me see if I can see that. That tube is going in and out. And also, down in here, this is loose. And so I could lift up on this end and make that end come up. So, pretty crazy. This printer has the newer computer. It has a BL Touch, and then it has the newer screen. But it's an old printer. And I don't know if Dave ever replaced the extruder, but it seems to work pretty good. I see little shavings in there, but not too bad. And there's a conversion to relocate the power supply back here underneath the back. I'm thinking about doing that. But for now, I mean, it doesn't really matter. So, but you could always do that, if I got bored. Now this thing here, you can see that it melted into the cord somehow. I don't know how that happened, but this looks a little bent. Anyway, we could print an adjuster for this, and we could print an adjuster for that if we really want to. There's all kinds of cool stuff that you could print, for these printers. I mean, like, you could look for days. But anyway, so I'm not sure about this. And see, the problem with this one here is that, like, you have like this adapter that's in here between the plastic extruder. I mean, if this works for you, that's cool. But if you want to switch to a dual gear extruder, you're going to be out of luck. So I printed a part that I gotta find it. It's a spacer. I had it over here somewhere. I don't know where it went. Where'd it go? It sits in between there, and it's thinner than the piece that's in there. There it is. I see it. So it sits right here. It allows this extruder here to fit over. I don't even know if it'll fit this one. I think it might be for the other kind. So what I think it is it's for the kind like this one. This is metal. So these metal single gear ones are bigger than these plastic single gear ones, and bigger than that even yet is the dual gear extruder. So I think the idea of this is it's supposed to accommodate for this difference. And I think it's going to be this one here that it's going to fit. I don't think it's going to fit this. So we can try to see. I'm going to move this around here. No. Would be even taller. So it's for this one, and that one has a straight angle over here too. So there's a spot for the screw to go through here. So yeah, so this piece, so you could put a metal one on here. And this piece will do that, so that's cool. But there isn't any way to run this. It's too big. The older brackets for these had, like I was talking about earlier, they had a bend, and the plate would be here, in between here. The plate would be in between here. It wouldn't come up here and bolt onto one spot. It'd come up and bend, and it would go all the way up. And so ideally, that's what you want. So I think I'll probably end up just sending this thing back because it doesn't have anything I need. And I wasn't sure if it was going to come like this or not because of the pictures. So basically, you want one that comes up like that. Now this one's out even further, so the motor is able to be on the back and the extruder's on the front. I like this design, but unfortunately this nozzle is way in the front, so it's completely different type of deal. It's not compatible with these. So anyway, I'm not sure why this thing is moving in the deal there, but it is. So I'm gonna get this other printer fired up and see if that black PETG prints in there funny. So we'll catch you guys in a bit.